You seem very sort of calm. I don't want to say shy because that has a bad connotation, but you strike me as a very private, shy guy. And yet, in the octagon, you're so tenacious and so ferocious. What switches in your mindset? Do you have mental strategies you use for that?
Oh yeah, I'm on the outside. I'm known as one of the nicest guys in the UFC,
Right.
and but I'm known as one of the more ferocious guys in the UFC.
Right.
I truly believe that you play many roles in it. If I acted the same in some other roles than I was in the octagon, I wouldn't have many friends.
Right.
I wouldn't have a wife. I wouldn't have kids.
Right.
So you gotta act differently in different one of those roles. It has to be learned.
So how do you turn it on? You know, it's like here you are now, and then tomorrow, or this weekend, you're going to be a completely different person.
Yeah, we train like that.
Yeah.
We train for it. We train and we train very aggressively and we spar very aggressively, and that's what we train for. We can turn it on and we can switch it off. And that's just how it is. But you have to learn how to do that. I mean, it's nothing that'll come overnight. I've been wrestling since I was 13 years old. I'm 37 now. I've had over 2 decades, almost 3 decades of doing that. So a lot of experience has come from that. So I'm able to do it. You know, some other people can't because they haven't had time to be able to develop it.
And do you feel like when you're in the locker room, are you visualizing anything? Are you sort of getting focused? What's going on? You're ready to go.
Visualization is very important. If you can visualize what happens in a fight, you can take the fight. That's one of the psychological skills that you need to be able to be successful in any sport that you engage in. So you also need positive self-talk. If anything negative comes into your mind, you need to buffer it with positive, concrete facts about how you deserve to be there and how you train so hard to be there. So those doubts can't seep into your mind because that can paralyze you for sure.
So you just like everyone else, then, for the kids looking out, you have doubts, you have insecurities, you have vulnerabilities, but you just know how to handle them, you know how to deal with them.
That's right. So fear. People have fear.
Right.
Fear is the acronym for false evidence appearing real.
Yeah.
And you fear something that isn't necessarily true. When you face your fears, then you're like, oh, it's not so bad.
Right.
So that's I have a lot of them. I have doubt, I have fear, I have anxiety, but you got to be able to learn how to control those and counter it with positive concrete facts and positive statements.
So affirmations, you have affirmations?
Positive affirmations to be able to help yourself. So, yeah, I studied in sports psychology. So that's the kind of stuff that I love to pass on to my friends.
Well, what was the biggest fear you had to overcome?
Oh, wow. The biggest fear I had to overcome is, really, I don't really know. Maybe making weight. I've always made weight.
Do you ever think you're afraid of being too successful? Because I've heard people say that, and here you are a massive success. Were you afraid to believe in yourself so much, knowing that what if it didn't happen? Were you afraid to dream, in other words?
No. You can't be afraid to dream. You gotta think big.
Yeah.
You gotta think big. You gotta put yourself out there. Because if you're afraid to dream, then you're not gonna accomplish very much. But you gotta think big. You gotta set your goals high, but you gotta achieve them obviously and set them realistic. And then once you set those goals, once they're achieved, you gotta reestablish those goals and make them better. So that's how you reach a higher goal.
Well, that's fascinating. So the mental game for you then is just as much as the physical.
Oh, it's 100%. If you ask somebody what does it take to be a champion, they're going to say the desired direction, diligence, discipline, dedication, commitment, and heart. All the things that it takes to become mentally successful mentally. They never say strength. They never say body type.
Right.
They all say mental characteristics it takes to be champ. So we we prepare ourselves 90% of the time physically, but neglect 10% of the time mentally.
Right.
It needs to switch.
Right.
We need to incorporate mental aspects into our preparation physically, so that we can be mentally and physically strong.
Do you meditate too to sort of unwind?
100%.
Yeah.
Meditate, pray. That's just who I am.
Yeah, so you're not one of those guys who is afraid to say, I pray, I meditate, I calm myself. I'm not trying to be some aggro monster.
I'm not an aggro monster.
Right.
I pray, I meditate, I engage in all of those things. And I think to be well-rounded in that, have peace, have solace in your soul. That's where you have like true joy.
Yeah.
Because if you're aggro all the time, you're not gonna have true joy. You're gonna freak out and get yourself in trouble.
Yeah, never any peace. Well, thanks. A lot of people don't share that positive message, and you really have one. So thank you so much.
Thank you.